welcome back. My name's George. I sell things on eBay and other various platforms, and I make money, and that's how I pay my bills. That's how I live, that's how I get by. Now, it's a bit of a different video. If you've been here before, if you're a reseller, you know what this is. This video is about seller status and what it actually means to be pushed below seller status. One of the things how eBay measures if you're a good seller or not is the seller status, and there's 3 different tiers. There's below seller status, the average seller status, then there's top rate status, or below, above, top. So it just makes sure that everybody's working for the best of the customers, and it's one way that eBay can protect themselves from bad actors. Completely understand that. However, there's a lot of holes in that particular net where decent folk who are selling on eBay might just get pushed down, they are not the most understanding when it comes to describing your own personal situation. So I was scrolling through Instagram, and resellers, we follow each other, we encourage each other, we kind of learn, and we chat to each other and everything. Anyway, I found a couple of people who have been pushed below seller standard, and that percentage is 2%. And a couple of people have been going through this. I've actually been through it. About 18 months ago, I moved house, and what I had to do was I had to move my business, because my business was in my garage. I actually moved to a storage unit, but before I did that, I had to wait. I had to move everything to my new house, and then from my new house into the storage. Well, of course, some things have broken. I didn't know this. There was a couple of things that actually got lost because I misplaced a box. It was a whole thing for about 4 months. It was November, December, January. I was really struggling, and I was really trying to get on top of orders. About 99% of them fulfilled absolutely fine, but the odd one, it's about 4 or 5 orders were a bit all over the place. 3 I put on as lost, and then I ended up finding them later on, and I was kicking myself. I was like, oh. But 2, one was broken in storage. It was a plate, and the second one was a mug. And as I put it in the boot of my car, I opened the car and it rolled out. It was in the bag, but it kind of fell out and it rolled out, and it was right against the door. Genuine mistakes. Now, I've contacted each buyer and I've told them I'm struggling trying to find this order I've just moved, and I told them the truth. And it was immediate, because I basically do either same day dispatch or next day dispatch. They buy it, but then I tell them, and then I refund them immediately. Literally every single one says, thanks for telling me and not making me wait. Thanks for being honest. And I tell them I'm so sorry and everything. They have got no issue. In fact, I think one person even wanted to leave me positive feedback, but I don't think she could. Anywho, yeah. Now, what eBay saw was I wasn't able to fulfill the orders, so they pushed me down below sell standard. And I didn't realise that they did this at first, so I just kept on going. But the penalties for not being above standard. So I'm just on the ebay.co.uk website here, and I'm pretty sure the .com one is the same, the American one. But I've just got the consequences of falling below. The consequences of falling below standard can include: your items may be placed lower in search results, so they actively push it down. We may limit or restrict you from selling on your account and related accounts, or from registering a new account. So limit the amount of sales. So even if you had, say, I think so, it's a couple of thousand, it's about 3,000-4,000, or a certain amount, they will limit it down to, I think it's 150 to 200 items on your account on any one cycle. Yeah. Thirdly, funds from your sales may be held, so they can hold on to it if they really wanted to. Like you do, when you initially set up when PayPal, they used to hold on to you to prove that it's you and you're genuine. The 4th one. You'll be charged a higher percentage rate for final value fees. Now, it doesn't tell you what, but I think it's an extra 1%. Next one, you will be blocked from using promoted listings. That one I knew. And will not be able to create new campaigns or edit existing campaigns. Yeah, that one I knew. We may downgrade your eBay store to a basic level if you've been below standard for more than 60 days. Bear in mind it takes like a month in advance to register what you've done, the previous month, You'll be unable to access the partial refund tool. So if you have a further problem with someone and someone like you just want to give them a partial refund and move on, you won't be able to do it. You'll have to give them either a full refund or demand that item back. It says, usually we only apply permanent selling restrictions when your account has been evaluated as below standard for at least 2 consecutive months. However, we may take action at any time if we have urgent concerns about your account. For example, if you detected fraud or selling practices pose a threat to the buyer experience. That's fine. So you've got 2 months to fix it. Bear in mind, it takes a while for if you continue to sell and then you rectify it, you've still got to push percentage down. You've still got to push that defect rate down. So you could be on a forever cycle, taking ages. Bear in mind that they've suppressed your account on your listings, so it's literally drip fed. And I'm going to go through some bits that I filmed, I think it was last year. So this is from the 5th of May 2022 to the 30th of July 2022. Now I'd actually used all my tricks up my sleeve, and I'd tricked the eBay algorithm, or the eBay was it, and it pushed me the defect rate down and put me into above seller status. But I just wanted to show you what it does to your impressions. And I forgot to go further back. I don't think it would allow me. It shows you how much they suppress it down. Now, if you can see here, it's not very clear, but it's like right at the beginning of May there. I had been in below seller status from like February. And I'd kept up, and they kept it on permanently until I got the transaction defect down. And I was trying everything I can, but I was listing as much as I can, but then I hit the limit, and I was like, oh my god, I'm trying. I promoted my listing on all my social medias. I did my best to try and sell stuff. I took offers. I tried to reduce as much as I can. I was basically selling stuff off, but I did. I'm going to talk about how I got there. And this is just the effect of coming out of below seller status. So this part is the actual number of sale, the quantity. It has nothing to do with quality or how much. Now, of course, things did sell, and I could sell them on that week. It was fine. But look at the gaps. Look at the gaps there. I managed to sell some because I was quite savvy, and I'll tell you what I did to push it up. But eBay was actively pushing it down to force me to pay attention to my reselling, which was really annoying. Here's the thing: I had sold about, I think at this point it was a newish account. I'd opened it up earlier on in the year. So basically, I was selling stuff, and I think I sold altogether about 340 odd items, and I think it was four or five items that I had to cancel because they were either lost or broken because of the move. And that's what pushed me down, because it's like over 2%, but 5 out of 300. And they thought, no, you're bad. We're going to push it down. And if you continually do that, then we're going to charge you an extra percentage point. So I decided, hell no, you're not. No, you're not. I have multiple accounts. Luckily, I could just focus on the other one, so it didn't affect me personally. Trying my best, trying to sell and trying to throw as much as I could off, and it didn't work. I rung eBay and I petitioned all of the defects. They rejected me outright. I called them up and I pleaded my case numerous times. They said, no, you have gone through enough appeals cases. Although your appeals case, our decision is final. No, no, no. So what did I do? I decided to cheat. When I eventually realised what was happening, I decided enough is enough. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to cheat, manipulate the numbers, because eBay is a numbers machine. It doesn't care how you get those sales. You just have to get them. So what I did was, at first I just ran 99p sales. I did about 50 or 60 99p sales every week, and because they were suppressing them, I probably got like 1 or 2 sales a week off that. So I was like, oh, this is taking too long. It's taking too long. I can't continue this. And then I thought, well, hang on, all I need is potential buyers. I got my friends and my family. I gave them my eBay account, and I told them to buy my stuff at 99p. I told them to buy. I put buy it nows at 99p on certain days, and if they could all buy stuff. It's still a sale. eBay's getting their cut. I'm not breaking the rules. The deal was through eBay. So to make, because if all of a sudden like 20 orders came in on one day, it'll look a bit suspicious. So I asked them to stagger. I asked each individual to buy stuff on certain days. The orders processed through eBay absolutely fine. I didn't technically need to do any postage, because what I did was I PayPal'd or I bank transferred what they bought. I paid it back. They also left positive feedback, so it was a nice boost. But what that did was I staggered over a few weeks. The next month, when they did a review, they looked back and they saw that I had pushed my numbers, because that's the important word, they pushed the numbers down. So my transaction default rate went from, I think it was like, at that point it was something, it did start off at like 2.4, 2.5, and then it went down to like, I think it was like 1.3, and it was below, like within a few weeks. Easy. All of a sudden I am legit, and I can sell, and I can promote, and all of a sudden, and as you saw from the charts at the end of May when they did the review eventually, it was like 2,000 impressions. I think the height was it was a couple of million or something like that, and then the click-through rate, it goes down. It was a good chunk, a big chunk of it, and then it went down to, I think it was either 2,000 on the very worst day, or I think it was 12,000 impressions across my whole account. All of a sudden, went straight back up, and you saw it went all the way back up. So yeah, and I know I'm not the only one who's gone through this. So on the one hand, I kind of want to be like, eBay, I love you, but please stop the zeros and ones and just get some humanity, and just take a look at someone's situation, look at their history. Why would they be a bad actor now? Why would they be such a bad seller now? And within a small period of time, you can see. On the other hand, I want to say, eBay. And yeah, I beat you. I played your game and I won, because when I realised what was happening, I basically did what I did, and I haven't been reprimanded for it, because it's still playing by their rules. Sales were made. I fulfilled those sales. I pushed my transaction defect rate down, which is what they wanted. And over a year later, I'm still here. So this is just after Christmas, so that's why everything's in the red. It's January, so it's not as busy as what it was in December. Yeah, so as you can see, my impressions are completely fine. The promoted listings is doing its job. Again, it just goes, I think the one thing that I've learned from it is that the effect of promoted listings, how much it can actually have, and yeah, how much power eBay have, page views as well. But look, quantity sold 47 over the, like, this is that month period. Remember, this is just one account. This is my smallest account, but it is in good standing again. So this is my transaction defect rate today, 0.17. So I pushed into top rate seller status. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So if you're going through this, don't worry. If you want to do it the legitimate way, that's fine. Just find different ways to do it. Mass 99p auctions do actually work, but it's very hard, and it's like, yeah, there are other ways to promote, but it takes forever. And I was speaking to somebody, and they were on it for like 6 months, trying their best. Because obviously, as time goes by, all those sales that you made in the past are going as well. So it gets even harder as you go along. But don't worry, take heart. you can get through it with a little help from your friends some of the times. A little help from your family and friends. But yeah, that's me done. That's how I cheated eBay. Little cheat, bend the rules. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and please subscribe. It does make a difference. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.